team in the land, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 4th-ranked team, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. And the Wolverines will kick this away to start us off. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. The Texas Longhorns offense in less than ideal position off that poor return. And the focus, of course, on this quarterback, Kirk. This guy just has the it factor. He is him, as they say.
Well, Chris, we've had a chance to watch this guy closely all year. And I don't know if I've ever seen a kid throw the football like this guy. His awareness in and out of the pocket is special. He's a unique quarterback and a really dynamic player. For the defensive coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a 1st down.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. It's a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
He's brought down, but not before crossing midfield of the 42.
Here early in the game, the defense right away realizes what they're up against. Having an opportunity to move this receiver around to give him a chance to get out in space are the plays that can really cause a defensive coordinator headaches.
Longhorns line up on 1st and 10 now. And here's the handoff. Finds room at the 30. And the runner brought down, but looks like there's a flag on the field. Let's see what this is about.
Hold it.
Costly hold, nullifies the play, backs him up 10 yards. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? Offense looking to throw the ball. Pass is caught.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. From the shotgun, handoff inside. And that run produces a decent gain. Here comes the 7th play of a good-looking opening drive, but it's 3rd down now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 25. Brought down to the 22. It's a 1st down, very near the red zone now.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
QB decides to keep it here.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's brought down, but not before he gets 1st down yardage.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play and great execution here by this offense.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, the quarterback does everything right except pitch the football. The defensive end's going to take him, which is great. That's what you want. But you got to get that ball out quicker to not allow that defensive end to make that play.
That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about four-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns.
Well, there's nothing more satisfying for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback that he can trust in these critical areas. Here you are, 3rd and goal. What do? Put the ball in the hands of that quarterback. Whether he runs it in or throws it, you know he's going to make the right decision. Found the matchup, made the throw, and you get a touchdown to open the game.
Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. So Michigan's offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
They stop him right at the 24.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
And it's caught across the middle and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. Hey, guys up front lined up. It's first down. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, Chris, you watch a completion like that and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Griese had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history, and it's good that they're leaning on it.
Now it's second down here. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. The Wolverines are in the red zone now. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Send the back in motion. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And it's caught. Touchdown, Michigan.
Well, perfectly thrown football here, and this quarterback's got to be fired up. It's his first passing touchdown of the season. Here's the first of hopefully many more for this young man.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Longhorns offense takes the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? First down here for this offense. Ball handed off. They'll tackle him right at the 31.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And through one quarter, it's been a duel of big-time receivers showing out early in this one. After a promising start, we hope that both these teams will just continue with more of this action. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Breaks loose at the 45. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Texas. Made the defense look slow that time. Now the all-important extra point. PAT puts them in front by 7. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. He hands it off from the gun. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Of course they're going to pick up the first down by running the football. You think about Michigan, you think so many legacy, incredible backs that they've had over the years. Tim Biakabatuka and Tyrone Wheatley and Leroy Hoare. Man, so many good backs have come through Ann Arbor.
Off the play fake on first down. Looks to the left for a quick throw. He makes the grab. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Little eye candy here from the offense. Some pre-snap motion. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Receivers are bunched together. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Receiver makes the catch. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. The Wolverines come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
Boy, nice drag route here, and I thought the patience by the quarterback was the key. Puts it in.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they create the turnover.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points. At the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop?
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally. They can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Just love watching his back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back. And he dumps it off to the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Try and muscle for the first down. And the defense blows up and stuffs him right at the line.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Here we go. The coach rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. They're going to run it. Tackled across midfield at the 48. Good enough for a first down.
Well, there's nothing better than that. 4th down and 1. Hand it off to your back. He's able to get behind that offensive line and pick up the first down for a new set of downs.
The Longhorns pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looks toward the sideline and finds the running back. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
Now, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
The completion sets up a 2nd down play. And a handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He stopped short of the marker, so it's 4th down now. The Longhorns will look to convert here on 4th down. 4th down, looking to throw for it. This will fall incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a 1st down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. 1st down and 10 now. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He's got it for a big gain. Tackle made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 33-yard line. And the Wolverines will line up on 1st and 10. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Short throw complete to the tight end. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. Timeout is called a Duck strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Makes a quick catch. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The Wolverines are in the red zone. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. So it's incomplete. Caught the ball, but they rule him out of bounds. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. The offense will call a timeout. That's their 2nd of the half. So here we go. 3rd down. Defense needs a stop here, trying to force a field goal attempt. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Heavy pressure. He lets it go.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So they settled for 3, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And the return man brought down. That's decent yardage on that return. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Caught quickly. And they get him down after the completion. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. The pre-snap motion from the offense. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. There's contact on the throw. And that one's incomplete with just 7 seconds left on the clock.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, but hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
The gain is good enough for a first down near the 38. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. This will likely be the last play of the half. First down, looking to throw the ball. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And it's incomplete, a last gasp pass as time expires in the first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Ann Arbor. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game.
Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there.
With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Caught in the backfield. It's Bryant. He shreds the tackle. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker.
That's a good job here staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second manageable here for this offense.
Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. It'll be enough for a first down, brought down at the 43.
A lot of times college quarterbacks, they're more comfortable working to the outside. Here's an example of a quarterback with a full field read, and he hits a big play in the middle.
Quick throw, that's an RPO caught on the left side. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
Receiver makes the grab. And that game will pick up a first down and move the football to the 36. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has. The Wolverines pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. They'll hand it off. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Getting set. Here's second down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. QB to the tight end for a completion. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Passing efficiency is almost always higher off of play action. And you see why right here. The fake froze the defender for a second, and then the quarterback was able to zip it to the open player.
Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. Offense facing 2nd and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call.
Offside. Defense.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. Well, we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
And 2nd and goal, they hand it to him again. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they will claim the second half lead. They were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution, and reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
BAT puts them up 3. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. The Longhorns offense takes the field. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Finding some room at the 25. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Longhorn starting a new series here on 1st and 10.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. On the run, it's Gutierrez. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
Running play called on 3rd and short. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that 1st down marker. They've converted 1 of their 2 4th down attempts so far. Looks like we're going to get a 3rd attempt right here. Here's the handoff. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And that run is good for 1st down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Nice throw, caught for a completion. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Off the RPO, caught to the right. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. And now the handoff. Tackle made after just a short gain. So, Kirk, Michigan has the lead here at the end of the quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd. Time is running out to cut into this lead. Let's check out the game stats before we go on. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? Begin the quarter with a crucial play. offense setting up for this third down. And they pick up the first on the ground. Touchdown, Longhorns. And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the fourth quarter, to give them the lead.
PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He'll return it from inside the 5. And the coverage team ends him in and brings him down. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. He'll test the right side here.
In an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They'll stop him at the 34. That will be a first down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Play action here on first down. Quick completion to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Pass caught, second down now. Quick throw caught on the left side. And they wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker. Offense looking to convert on third and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky fourth down decision? Can he make it to the marker? He's found some room at the 45. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
And the Wolverines pick up enough to get a first down there. On the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Gets some space around the 30. Tackle made after a big gain.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
The Wolverines have first and 10 here. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Touchdown, Michigan. And they'll claim the fourth quarter lead.
You just love to see this when the game is on the line. This offensive line does a great job of executing up front, giving this back just enough room to be able to get into the end zone and give them the lead.
Now the crucial PAT to stretch the lead to a field goal. And the kick is good. A 3-point game now in the fourth quarter. It's all up to the defense. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Return starts from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last drive, the ground game was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Pass falls incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
And it's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you've got to go for it here and hope to convert on fourth and long.
No, kick it away here. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. And see if they can do it again. And there's the handoff. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
They'll feed the back again. Finds room at the 30. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. And the tackle is made, but the offense now is set up. First and goal from the 9. Offense racing down the field. It sets up a first and goal inside the 10. They're going to run it here. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. When they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
Extra point, up and good. A double-digit lead now here in the fourth quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quarterback looking to scramble. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving. Longhorns will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to...
And it's intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Handing off on the draw play. Oh, the ball is not free. Who's got it? Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. Touchdown, Texas. And the defense joins the party with a score. They're setting out to try the PAT. PAT is good, makes it a 3-point game, 31-28. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
31, Texas, 28.
Return begins inside the 10. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Handoff in a single back formation. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, good job here on that stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
Looking right, this one caught. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Looks to the left, pass caught. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The Wolverines with 1st and 10 here.
In other scores around the country, slippery run, 49. Gannon University.
Use the running game to chew on this clock now. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Linebackers moving around, trying to confuse the offense. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. 3rd down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And the pass rush has got him again. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, I'll be honest, Chris, I'm really surprised he's trying to get outside like this to try to make a play. He's not the fastest at all. I think he was just desperate to try to come up with a play, and, man, it did not work out. That is a significant loss for the offense.
And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. And you're wondering, could they maybe take a safety here? And the ball is away from inside the 10. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And they've got the returner corralled. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side. And he'll step out of bounds to stop the clock. That is perfect execution there.
Well, Chris, just like this in the 4th quarter, you're working this 2-minute drill. It's a one-possession game. Every single time you can get 1st downs and out of bounds. That's exactly what you do to want to move the ball down the field and eventually put it into the end zone.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here's the 2nd down play. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Will he score here? Heads out of bounds after running for the 1st down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense. The Longhorns will line up here on 1st down and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. Touchdown, Longhorns. They have jumped in front in the final minute.
Here we go. They take the lead. What an amazing comeback by this team and this offense. Now it comes down to, can their defense hold the lead with under a minute to go?
And he knocks through the PAT. So after taking the lead, they'll kick it away here and hope their defense can make a stop on this final drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Michigan offense back out on the field. Here we go. Crucial situation. They've got time to run a few plays. The defense can't just back off here and play 2 passes. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Can't get it away. The defense has got him. What a huge stop at this stage of the game. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Receiver makes the catch and heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Boy, great job here of getting out of bounds. I know they didn't pick up the 1st down, but that's irrelevant. At this point in the game, it's all about the clock. You get out of bounds, you save your 1 timeout, and now you got a real chance.
And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play. The offense spends a timeout here. There are 16 seconds remaining.
Well, it's got to be so rewarding for an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. That's exactly what we saw right here. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open wide receiver.
Checks this down to the running back. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back. And the offense spends a timeout. The clock stopped with just 10 seconds left. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Here we go. Third down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. They're going to throw for it on third and short. Got him. He's sacked. And a timeout is taken. Just 2 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Michigan.
Time running down. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They need to convert. He'll drop back. Looking to the end zone. And it's incomplete. They come up empty in the end zone. The defense holds to wrap up the victory. Well, the coaches kind of expected it to be this kind of game. An offensive show. Who's going to make one more play at the end to get the win? And they did it.
Yeah, you mentioned the coaches. I think we had a feeling that this game had a chance to get into at least the 30s, and we weren't disappointed. These offenses came to play, but you're right. One defense made some plays when they had to, and the other one didn't. Simple as that.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.